The moment my lips touched the glass, I froze. A strange, bitter smell curled upward, sharp, chemical, wrong. This wasn't lemonade. This was something else. Before I could react, my daughter Emily leaned forward with a smile far too sugary to be real. "Go on, Dad," she said softly, her eyes glinting with something dark. "Drink it, I made it just for you." That was the moment something inside me shattered. My instincts screamed. My hands trembled. And yet I lifted the glass anyway. Not to drink it, but to switch it. Not with her, but with her husband. What happened next didn't just ruin a family dinner. It tore open the ugliest truth I'd ever faced. It nearly cost all of us our lives. The story. I never imagined fear would take root inside my own daughter's home. For years, I believed Emily adored me. I raised her alone after her mother passed, worked double shifts, abandoned hobbies, declined dates, and built my entire world around her. She was my daughter. My pride. My purpose. Now, at 29, she was married to a man named Mark and living comfortably in a home far nicer than anything I could have afforded at her age. So when she invited me over for dinner, I felt honored. But that night, something was wrong. Very wrong. Tension BJNS. It started months earlier when I retired and told her I was selling my old family house. After years of repairs and renovations, it was worth nearly $900,000, enough for me to retire peacefully. But on the phone, Emily's reaction stunned me. "What do you mean you're selling it?" she snapped. "I need the money for retirement," I explained. "You and Mark already have your own place." "Well, we could have had two," she shouted and hung up. I assumed she was stressed, overwhelmed, maybe jealous. I never thought it was a warning. The dinner from hell. As soon as I walked into her house that night, I sensed something staged. The table was set too perfectly. The candles too carefully placed. Emily's smile too stretched, too rehearsed. Mark looked worse, tired, pale, stiff. His eyes darted like he was waiting for something bad to happen. We talked, but every time Mark opened his mouth, Emily silenced him with a sharp glance. After dinner, she returned with 2 glasses of lemonade. "Not 3. Just 2. For you and Mark," she said, "a special drink." Her hands trembled as she set them down. Something inside me twisted. I lifted my glass and smelled it. Bitter. Medicinal. Foreign. And then I saw it, a cloudy swirl at the bottom. My blood ran cold. "Emily, what's in this?" She blinked too fast. "What? Nothing, just drink it." Her voice cracked. Then I saw her glance at Mark, anxious, urgent. And his eyes, they were full of fear. My instincts detonated. I raised my glass. Pretended to sip. And when she turned to adjust a candle, I switched our glasses. Silent, fast, perfectly timed. Emily turned back, relief flooding her face. "Good," she said. "Now, Mark, honey, you drink too." He hesitated. "Emily, I don't." "Drink it, Mark," she barked. He jumped, then obeyed. He drank my original glass. He drank the poison meant for me. Seconds later, he collapsed. Mark hits the floor. He coughed violently, choked, then fell to the hardwood floor with a sickening thud. "Mark," Emily screamed. But it wasn't the scream of a terrified wife. It was the scream of a woman whose plan had just gone terribly wrong. I grabbed my phone, dialing emergency services. Emily turned on me, her face twisted in panic. "Why did you switch the glasses?" she shrieked. I froze. She had just admitted everything. "You tried to drug me," I whispered. "Your own father." "He wasn't supposed to drink it," she gasped. "You were." The truth burst out of her like poison. The horrifying truth. As paramedics worked on Mark, Emily crumbled. "It was just sleeping pills," she insisted, "just enough to make you pass out." "To do what?" I demanded. "To steal my house money, to forge papers." She didn't answer. She didn't have to. "That house is mine," she whispered. "It should have been mine all along." My heart broke. "You were going to drug me," I said, "maybe worse." "No," she sobbed. "Mark was supposed to help me. He said he wouldn't unless he saw you drink it too. I had to convince him." I stared at her. "You used him and you almost killed him." Her silence was the most terrifying part. The hospital. Hours later, the doctor approached us. "Your son-in-law is stable," he said, but he had an extremely dangerous amount of sedatives in his system, much more than anyone should ingest. Emily collapsed into a chair, sobbing. I felt no sympathy. Not anymore. The police arrive. When officers arrived, Emily panicked. Dad, please, she whispered, don't tell them I didn't mean to hurt Mark or you. You tried to drug me, I said quietly. You nearly killed another human being. But I'm your daughter, she cried. You're supposed to protect me. I shook my head. I protected you your whole life. I gave up everything for you, but tonight I realized you don't see me as your father anymore. You see me as a wallet. Her face went pale. I walked straight to the officers. And I told them everything. Emily was arrested on the spot. Mark, once awake, confirmed everything. He filed for divorce a month later. The aftermath. Emily was charged with attempted poisoning, assault, fraudulent intent, reckless endangerment. A restraining order was issued against her. I moved far away into a quiet little town. But the emotional wound stayed. People ask me if I miss her. I do. But not the woman she became. I miss my little girl. The one who used to hold my hand at the park. The one who laughed, trusted, loved. That girl died long before the night she tried to kill me. Epilogue. Last week I received a letter from prison. From Emily. It said only this. If you had given me what I deserved, none of this would have happened. No apology. No remorse. Just blame. And that told me everything. That night I lost a daughter. But I saved my life. And that was the only choice I had left.